Hi, Andre. Hi, John. GM.
Hello,
Hey, and Happy New Year.
Happy New
Happy New
Year,
Year. Thanks.
BMJ.
Right, great. So, how's it going that side? How you starting the new year?
Very good. It's quite cold here in Korea, but I heard in Germany it's even colder with lots of snow.
Man, it's damn
Yes,
cool.
really cold. Yes.
All right,
Yeah,
Okay, let's get to it. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the year. So, we are here with Trepa, and I'll be talking with John, the Chief Prediction Officer at Trepa. So, hi, John. Maybe you just introduce yourself first for a minute before we get to it.
absolutely. Happy to be here. Thanks a lot for the invitation. My name is Jong, currently based in Korea. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Trepa. We are building a prediction platform that rewards you for numerical accuracy. So instead of betting on binary, discrete events, you are predicting numbers on our platform. So things like crypto prices, player stats, macro, anything that can be counted.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, maybe I'll just start with a quick question. So, for people hearing about Trepa for the first time, what problem in existing prediction markets made you want to build something completely different?
Yeah, that's a good one. So we came from the hypothesis that currently existing prediction systems like prediction markets, but also sports books, cannot reward numerical accuracy structurally. Because prediction markets, they reduce the reality to discrete claims. So it's either yes or no or up or down. And the same goes for sports books as well. So they collapse reality into two sides. So it's either over or under. And the reason why is that sportsbook need to collapse reality for risk management because they have things like inventory risk and they need to net their positions. And for prediction markets, they need to reduce reality to two sides, yes or no, because they need prices to allow for trading and arbitrage. So this is why they cannot reward numerical accuracy. So that's why we saw an opportunity to build a platform that is natively enabling users to predict numbers and to be rewarded for numerical accuracy. So the closer you get to the real outcome, the bigger your rewards will be. So this is the whole hypothesis and the raison d'être for Trepa to exist.
Oh, yeah, I think you're very correct on that. So, a few days ago, I was talking with a friend. So, he too, he was coming for the same take. I mean, the whole prediction system is just like it's a binary system. It's either one or zero, yes or no system, and it really does not give people this freedom to want to explore more. More accuracy and precision and all that. So, I think that's really a good one there. That's really a good one there from Trepa. Okay, so in one sentence, what does Trepa do that Polymarket or Kashi fundamentally can't?
Yeah, so I think the reason why these different systems exist are just simply very different. So Polymarket, Kalshi, and other prediction marks exist to price discrete claims, right? So you're making a claim about the reality. So you either say, okay, I think this is going to be the true outcome, or you say, I don't think this is going to be the true outcome. And then they allow you to trade these different scenarios, and this trading activity generates the price, which is sort of like the signal, the product of these prediction systems, right? So essentially, prediction markets, they allow you to trade probabilities, but then they relate to discrete, mostly binary claims about the reality, about the world. And for Trepa, it's most, I think, it's easiest to think about Trepa as a numerical forecast contest. So it's a competition where you basically compete against others. And then the goal is to be closer with your estimate to the true final realized outcome number. So maybe you have seen the American show The Price is Right. It's one of the longest running TV shows in the world, I think more than 20 or 30 years. And the whole concept of this TV show really is to place contestants in front of like everyday goods, let's say vacuum cleaners or fridge, and then they try to predict the retail price of these goods as accurately as possible. And if they're the best in terms of like closeness to the true outcome number, the price of the product, then they advance to the next level of the TV show, right? And I've seen that many people are really, really crazy about precision, especially I think people in Germany. So, Andre, he's also from Germany. And I've seen that there are TV shows where people are trying to cut a German pretzel into as equal parts as possible. So they weigh the two parts of the pretzel, and then if these two parts of the pretzel are equal or as equal as possible in weight, then this contestant wins. And maybe you've also heard about the game GeoGuessr. I think Rainbolt is one of the most famous streamers in the world, and GeoGuessr is essentially this browser-based game where the whole concept is you're seeing a picture and then on Google Maps you're trying to be as accurately guessing the location of the image as possible. So I believe that accuracy is fascinating and people love to watch people perform precision activities. And yeah, so that's how we are different from prediction markets.
That's quite amazing. So, in whole summary, the whole poly market and cash they are based on probabilities, while Trepa it's focused on precision. Yeah. All right. So, I think that now just leads me to my next question. So, Trepa rewards accuracy instead of being on the right side. Why is precision a better way to measure forecasting skill?
Yeah, so I think it kind of relates to like at what kind of abstraction level the term precision or accuracy exists for different systems. For prediction markets, the term accuracy really relates to the accuracy of the platform. So maybe you've heard about terms like the edge or the Brier score, which is sort of like a metric that can track the accuracy of the platform. So if Polymarket says, okay, this outcome is going to be true at 95%, then the Brier score basically tells you, okay, how consistent is the prediction market in actually predicting an outcome correctly over a longer period of time. The accuracy really relates to the platform. But in our case, Trepa can be thought as a measurement layer for the individual human. So accuracy relates to the individual. So how accurate am I? How accurate are you as a participant in this forecasting contest game? Right. So it's just a
Yeah.
different level of abstraction that we are looking at to to understand the term accuracy.
Okay, that's quite amazing. I mean, I'm really getting to uncover a lot about prediction markets here. I mean, let's just say most times we've been looking prediction markets from just the base layer, the yes or no kind of thing. Yeah. But okay, now just out of curiosity though, so can you a bit explain precision predictions in simple terms for someone who has only used yes or no markets?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the UX is fairly simple. So differently from prediction markets, we don't have any pricing. There is no trading involved, and also differently from sports books, there is also no house edge and no limits. So it's really about just pure skill measurement in terms of accuracy. And basically, how it works is that everyone basically chooses a number. Um, this is the user's best guess point estimate with regards to the final outcome number. So it can be crypto prices, it can be sports stats, it can be the US public debt, anything that is a number. And then at resolution, we look at how close were you to the real outcome number. And this gives you sort of like an accuracy score. So how distant or how close were you to the true outcome number? And then everyone stakes into one single shared liquidity pool. And then based on how close you are to the truth, we distribute this pool to you and to other contestants based on your distance. So if you are very, very exact, if you're very, very accurate, then your rewards are very big. If you are close, then you still get a meaningful payout. But then if you're off with your estimate, then you may not get nothing, right? So we are sort of like a skill rewarding platform in terms of accuracy. So the better you are, the more you get, and the higher the likelihood of you
Reward.
getting becomes.
Okay, okay. That's interesting. So, talking about incentive right now, and the closer you are, the more you get. And also, what happens to incentive when users are paid based on how close they are to the truth instead of the binary outcomes? Like, I just want to get how the whole system works. That kind of dynamics now. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really about relativity, right? So if you are, for instance, 5 times closer to the real outcome and you've staked the same amount as maybe another guy who was 5 times more distant than you, then basically, because you were 5 times more accurate, but you stake the same amount of money, your weight, this that determines your pro rata share in the prize pool, is going to be 5 times higher. Okay, so let's say we are predicting Bitcoin prices, and the Bitcoin price is 90K. You say it's going to be 99.1K, and then maybe Andre is going to say 99.5K, right? So you are off by 100 USD, 1K USD, yeah, 100 USD, and then Andre was off by 500 USD, right? So you were 5 times closer to the outcome than Andre, right? So because you are 5 times better, relatively speaking, your pro rata share, your weight that determines your share in the prize pool is 5 times bigger. So this is sort of like the high level concept how the distribution mechanism at Trepa works. And I guess the terminology here is actually pari-mutuel. So pari-mutuel is French, and pari basically means a wager, and mutual means among equals or among peers. So it's basically a peer-to-peer sort of like distribution mechanism, whereas it's you versus many others who are basically pooled together.
Oh, okay. I like Trepa. Yeah, if I'm being very honest, I like Trepa because it's not just about a yes or no, but then it still gives you room for freedom to extend your knowledge. If you're really certain about, if you're really convicted about this particular thing, okay, come and tell us more. That kind of thing, and it makes it very, very good and quite really free to express your takes so well. So, um you said binary markets flatten information into crude ranges. So what kind of signals get lost in that process?
A lot of signals, right? Because prediction markets, they discard accuracy information by default. It doesn't matter whether you are, I guess, $1 off or maybe $1,000 off to the true Bitcoin price. If you are on the wrong side, your loss is basically minus 100%. And the reason why is that in prediction markets, but also in sportsbook betting, you have these binary betting payoff cliffs, right? So if you are on the wrong side of the claim, your ROI is going to be minus 100%. So it's black and white, and there are no shades of gray in between. And so basically, if you can imagine a payout curve that jumps, then I think this this will become clearer. So it's your reward is either $1 or $0. There's nothing in between at the resolution. So this is why I guess prediction markets, structurally speaking, cannot reward you for accuracy, and that's why so much information can be lost, especially pertaining to the individuals, to the participants' accuracy skill.
Okay, okay. Makes a lot of sense. So let me take you a little bit backward to the binary markets again. So, do you think binary markets accidentally reward speed and capital more than actual intelligence?
I think prediction markets, and I think these days there are many kinds of different prediction markets. There are distribution markets, there are scalar markets, markets that use a central limit order book versus an AMM. I think they are really, really good and efficient in pricing discrete event outcomes. So things like who's going to win the elections. And we've seen this like time and time again that poly market is really good at predicting the future because they are uncovering, let's say, inside information as fast as possible. Right. So the really the core loop is insider information, then this gets traded, and then the output is a price that implies probabilities for the outcome. So this is the whole concept of prediction markets and the beauty of prediction markets. So in our case, we don't really want to compete like head to head with prediction markets because really the goal is quite different. Right? So we are not necessarily pricing events, although we also produce signals, but it's more about letting individuals compete in terms of like numerical prediction accuracy. So really the goal, the objective of these two systems are quite different. So we are built natively to allow users to measure the forecasting accuracies.
Oh, all right. So I'm just pushed to ask this right now. So is Trepa trying to replace binary prediction markets or become a complementary data layer for them?
I think I've just answered that. We try to be complementary.
Okay. Yeah. Of course you did. I just wanted to be sure. All right. So again, you mentioned super forecasters. What makes someone a good
Say,
predictor on Trepa versus just a lucky one?
I think it's going to be consistency. So my hypothesis is that the longer you spend time and the more rounds you play with regards to a specific metric, the better you will be. And this can be measured, right? So we hope to introduce a new feature that tracks your forecasting accuracy over time. And then if you will see a line chart that tracks your accuracy over time for a specific metric, this line chart should become less and less volatile and should become closer and closer to the true outcome number that has been realized. So I guess with anything in the real world, be it sports or be it, I don't know, learning for an exam at university, the more time you spend, the more you practice, the better you will become, right? And I think the nice thing about Trepa really is as well that it's not really about infrastructure, speed, or any other trading related advantages. I believe that in the near future, I think most trading activity on prediction markets will actually be done by AIs and AI agents, institutional models. And these guys, they have much more, I guess, advantages than, I guess, normal people, retail people or casual users, because they have low latency infrastructure. They are sitting much more closer to the real events. and they can push the sell or buy button much closer than anyone else. So, and they have much more capital, right? So if they push the buy or yes button, then the price will adjust almost immediately and will get very, very close to either 0 or to 100%. So then there will be structural infrastructure disadvantages for casual users if they continue to be on prediction markets. So prediction markets, I think, will become the playground for institutions, for quants, for very smart and rich people. So I believe that Trepa might be an interesting place for actually humans to still continue to basically compete against each other based on numerical accuracy.
Okay. So I mean, Trepa makes forecasting feel more like a skill-based competition than gambling. Yeah, I mean that's really cool. That's really cool. So I'll just ask this other quick question. So how do you see Trepa's forecast being used beyond the platform itself?
Yeah, I think we are experimenting with lots of different things with short-term crypto prices, but I think the next interesting frontier for us could be sports. Because I think sports is doing quite well on prediction markets like Kalshi and Polymarket. So it could be interesting for us to kind of like summarize what the public thinks by producing consensus estimates with regards to numerical statistics. Like, okay, what does the public think about how many runs this cricket player will do in the following game? And I think these kind of like information, which is basically the aggregated signal from all user behavior, this could be very interesting to be referenced by media outlets or for streamers. So in the end, we are also producing signals, and I think signals as a form of information is very interesting for lots of people. And I hope that the signal that we are producing will be consumed by the mass market as well.
Oh, okay. Okay. So um, why is high resolution prediction data so valuable compared to binary signals?
Yeah, because it's more fine grained, it's more granular, and I think big coarse, discrete buckets, which are basically what you see on prediction markets or sports books. I think they're nice, they're easy, but then, especially in the age of AI, it's not going to be anymore about will this happen versus that one. But I think many questions will shift to asking, okay, not only by whether or not, but by how much or how often. So in the near future, I think the edge for anything for making decisions will lie in precision, maybe hyper precision, right? Because everyone will know that this is going to happen or this is not going to happen, but they don't know exactly when or with what kind of impact, right? Or how often. So these are going to be some of the questions that we hope to answer in the near future.
Oh, talking about AIs, I mean everybody is worried about AI. AI is cutting through almost every sector right now. So do you think AI models benefit from precision markets, or do humans still have an edge here?
Yeah, I think eventually AI will be part of every corner of human life. And I think the first area where AI will have a tremendous effect in the prediction market space will be as traders on prediction markets, embedded as AI agents or bots. So, as I said earlier, I think humans will soon be outcrowded by AIs, and AIs are really, really great at pricing discrete events. Right now, I think for numerical outcomes, which have a very big outcome space because it's not either yes or no, it's not binary, but it's like essentially a continuous outcome space. Even AIs have a hard time pricing risk correctly. And this is the big issue why I guess sports books don't yet provide odds on numerical outcomes because they are really risky to price. So I think for now, humans still have the edge when it comes to predicting numerical outcomes, and Trevor wants to be the platform for exactly this user behavior.
Oh, all right. Okay. So, I mean, I'm just curious. Most people shy away from the Solana chain because they say it's been diluted by memes. I mean, most of the activities right now is centered around meme coins and here and there. So, of all the chains, why did you choose Solana to build a precision first prediction platform?
I think Solana is one of the most successful chains by many metrics. I think you mentioned meme coins, but I think meme coins was the last big narrative. But if you look at the Solana account timeline, you actually don't see a lot of memes or meme coin related content anymore. It's more, I think, institutional. So I think the space in total, but especially Solana, has basically emancipated from this meme coin narrative. Um, but I think that's maybe just one reason. I think Solana has consistently shown one of the best growth curves in terms of like TVL, in user activity, in active wallets, in institutional inflow. So I think this is one because most users in crypto are currently gravitating to Solana. And I think the other big reason for me essentially was that the support system for new founders, such as myself, was I guess biggest in the Solana ecosystem because you have things like the Colosseum Hackathon and the Colosseum Accelerator. You have the Solana Incubator. You have the super team infrastructure where basically in every bigger jurisdiction, like in Germany or in Korea or in Singapore, you have these local super teams that really give you access to mentors, to capital networks, to designers, to developers, basically to everything that you need as a first time founder. So yeah, the support system I think is really second to none in the Solana ecosystem.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on that. Solana just supports builders amazingly. I mean, they are just especially through their Solana supporting program. I think they are doing a lot in Africa, in Europe, in Asia. I mean, it's really really cool, and they really invest a lot in their builders. So which prediction categories are most interesting on Trepa right now? Is it markets, macro, sports, or elections?
Right now it's crypto mostly, but we are looking forward to like trying out different verticals as well, such as sports and macro. But right now, as you can also see it at trading volumes on prediction markets like Kalshi and Poly Market, I think sports is doing very well. Crypto is doing well, and also headline news related to politics.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. So now basically it's just crypto, but then sure you might incubate a few of them on the politics maybe.
Oh, sorry, I didn't get you.
So I was saying,
Oh, the connection is bad. The connection is bad.
uh, okay. Oh, sorry about that. So I was saying for now it's basically crypto, and maybe in the future you might extend to a bit of politics and maybe some macro events.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, makes sense. So, I just want to get an example of how Trepa really works. So can you give me an example of a prediction where Trepa shines compared to traditional platforms?
I mean, again, anything that is a number on, let's say, if it's Bitcoin prices on prediction markets, it would be, okay, do you think Bitcoin price is going to be over 90K by date XYZ, or under? So you have only two choices, right? On Trepa, you could say, okay, I believe it's going to be 90.2K, or you could even say it's going to be 90K, $817.69. So you can be much more granular. And if you feel like you have an edge, right, you have better information, then you can earn that much more money versus others who have maybe a more rough sense of where the price is going. So Trappa is really the best place to monetize if you have a big conviction in your numerical accuracy skills.
Okay. The more precise you are, the more money you make, literally. Okay, so maybe just for long term and the future. So do you see institutions or funds eventually participating, or will Trepa stay individual focused?
Sorry, can you repeat?
So I was saying, maybe for long term purposes, do you see Trepa probably attracting institutions or funds, or will Trepa just stay individual focused?
I think that our system also accommodates institutionals, right? So if at one point in time we have maybe interesting metrics that are interesting for institutionals and they really want to participate in our prediction games, then why not? I would be happy and we would make more money.
Okay. So talking about more money and the institution. So how does Shepherd prevent wheels or bots from dominating the leaderboard?
Uh, we don't. Why? There's no really need for bots or whales to be eliminated. There are participants as anyone else. So anything, anyone, or any entity that wants to participate and feels like they have an informational edge, they can participate. Whales and bots don't really destroy anything. It just becomes more competitive. But I would even say that the more participants, the better, because more participants means that your potential payout can grow if your forecasting accuracy is great, because more participants usually leads to more liquidity inside the pool. So the payouts, if you are very accurate, can become bigger. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, actually, so it's actually a cool thing. So, maybe it's been an amazing session all through. But now, what should we be looking forward to from Trepa? I mean, it's what's coming next on Trepa. Any alphas to spill? What do we look out for?
Yeah, I mean, we are a small but very powerful team. We are in constant touch with our community, so join our Discord and try out our app at www.trapper.app. And if you feel like you have any kind of like product suggestions or ideas about product enhancement, or maybe you encounter a bug, then please let us know. And I think for the foreseeable future, we have some interesting ideas in mind to really bring the product to the next level, to maybe make it easier from a UI UX perspective, and to also onboard more and more users. And we will also cycle through different topic categories. And if you have any suggestions for what kind of metrics you would like to predict on, simply go to Discord and you can submit a pull request. So we are very open to feedback and we hope to make our product better every day.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. So the very first way for starters is to just go to Discord, vibe with the community. If you have proposals, you can submit your proposals, and we can take it from there. So for the new users, they can actually start on Discord, right?
Yeah, they can go to Discord and ask how it works. But the onboarding is pretty straightforward. You just go to trepa.app, and then we basically create a embedded wallet for you. So we are using Privy, but we also allow you to use your pre-existing wallets. So if you use Soulflare, Phantom, or Backpack, you can just connect your wallet to our system, and then you can just simply start predicting away. But if you don't have it, then yeah, we basically create a wallet for you. It's very easy.
All right. Okay. So just the last one. So from the CEO's perspective, what's the best way to get good on Trepa quickly?
We try to make everything as easy as possible. So, for instance, if you don't know anything about the Bitcoin price, then you can, for instance, click on our Explain with AI button, which basically asks our AI to give you more information about the current Bitcoin price and maybe also the Bitcoin's recent volatility. But again, every information is just out there. You can use ChatGPT, you can use any other preferred AI and you to, and you can ask it to like give you some estimates. You can use sophisticated models or AI agents to maybe look at the current price action on Polymarket, because Polymarket also has markets on the Bitcoin price. So you could look at Polymarket and use Polymarket information as inputs for making a prediction at Trepa. And of course, it will be rational for users to maybe wait a little bit longer before making a prediction, because the longer you wait, the more information is available for you. And the last thing is really just consistency, right? So be consistent in making predictions. If you have skin in the game, I think you should become more accurate over time. And also don't be afraid to be very vocal about how you have predicted. We create P&L cards for you after making a prediction. So if you are very close to the real outcome number, you can share it on social media. I think people will be amazed if you really accurately, really closely can predict crypto prices, for instance, right? So if Solana price is at 124 and you predict exactly 124, I think that's amazing. And you can basically say to your friends that you are a super forecaster for crypto prices. And I think it's a very valuable skill to have in the future. It's not going to be about it's going to be going up or down. It's going to be about, okay, by how much exactly. So yeah, practice makes a master, and I hope to see some of the audience in the Trepa app.
Okay. Yeah, sure, of course. So, to all you bad ass TA analysts, technical analyst, wizards, this is just an ideal place for you to exercise your knowledge, to exercise your skill sets. Because, I mean, we use the chart to actually predict the prices of maybe the particular assets you're working on. So, come on to Trepa, place your bets, place your predictions, and give it that big shot and earn big. It's not just a yes or no. It doesn't just limit you to just yes or no, but then it gives you that freedom to exercise your knowledge, and it's just amazing. It's just amazing. So thank you so much, John, for having you today and for giving us these cool takes on Trepa. I didn't really know Trepa was this good, and it rewards knowledge like that. So after today meet, so I think I'm signing up on Trepa right away and seeing how I can start, using the platform and trying things around.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, John. Maybe a last one for the viewers and for the audience before we cut it off.
Yeah, I think everything has been said. So I always try to be mindful of everyone's time. So the call to action is really join the Discord, try out the app, and give us feedback in those three things. So thanks a lot for hosting, Andre and Asang, and yeah, it was a great AMA.
Thanks, John, Jong, and Asang. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.